there, Ellen Johnson here. Today I'm going to show you how to work the oblong cross stitch. Now, I've already anchored my thread with a waist knot and I've come up in the place that I want to begin stitching. The oblong cross stitch is worked over one canvas thread to the right and up two canvas threads. So we're going to count over one to the right and then up two canvas threads and insert your needle into the canvas, pulling it through all the way to the back. The next stitch is worked in the next open or clean hole. So we're just going to do that all the way across the row, counting over to the right one and up two until we get the area covered that we want to cover. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to do about 7 of these stitches. Notice that we're doing the bottom leg of the cross first. Again, over one and up two. Now you can vary the length of this or the height of this particular stitch if you want to. You could work it over one and up three. It'll change the way the stitch looks a little bit. So depending on what your current situation is that you're trying to find a stitch for, yeah, that may be a better option for you. The thread also affects the way that this stitch looks. Let me stop and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. The thread that you choose to use also affects the stitch or the way it looks. A lighter weight thread is going to give you a lacier look, and a heavier weight thread is going to give you better coverage. I'm using silk and ivory on 13 mesh canvas here, so that gives you an idea about what kind of coverage you would get with that particular thread on this size canvas. Now to come back, I'm just going to drop down two canvas threads from the place that I just took my needle to the back and come up, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to work the top leg going the other direction, working from right to left. So come up, count over to the left and up two, and again come up, over to the left one and up two, and work those top legs of the crosses going in the opposite direction of the way that you worked the bottom legs. So this is worked in horizontal rows. This stitch is worked in horizontal rows. Okay, good for clothing, and it's also a good background stitch. And when you get ready to work the next row, I'll show you how to get started when I get to the end of this row. All you'll do is actually just drop down two canvas threads from where you started the first row, 1, 2, and bring your needle to the front and do the same thing that you just did in row 1. Over to the right 1 and up 2, and then just work your way back across the row from left to right to do the bottom legs of the crosses, and then when you get to the end of that row, you turn around and come back the other direction, working the top leg of the cross so that everything is going in the same direction. So this is a two-step stitch. You're actually working the bottom legs first, followed by completing the cross by working the top legs as the second pass across that row. And that, my friend, is how you work the oblong cross stitch.